Some of you beginners out there are probably struggling with learning how to code. And the reason for that is because AI could do everything for you in minutes or even days. Now, with this illusion, you would think, okay, well, I could get an app up and running, and a lot of people are using it to do so, to get an MVP out there a lot faster, to iterate a lot faster. But it's all about the prompting skills and whether your code is stable enough to be in production, to support the load or the use case that is trying to solve for customers. Some of the problems that you're seeing now is that you're thinking that it doesn't make any sense for me to go to school to learn how to code. It doesn't make any sense for me to even attempt to learn how to code because I don't know the fundamentals. I'm just going to add more tech debt into the project that I want to build. And then I have to fight with AI to build and reiterate and all that stuff. There's no way around it unless you know the fundamentals of software engineering and then also the project that you're building. If you have enough context for AI to understand that and you're building with it, you should be successful into catching issues early and also building a lot faster. Because people think, okay, well, I have an AI agent that just runs in the background and is building everything that I'm telling it, but it might not be the right instructions that you're giving it, right? Especially if you don't have any coding experience whatsoever. So for you beginners, you have to learn the fundamentals first and then apply that with whatever AI agent that you're using and make the mistakes, refactor, debug, figure out ways to build systems around how things should be fixed and refactored and created, and you should be all set. But the biggest problem is the illusion that AI gives. The illusion that is going to make things a lot easier for anybody to just build what they want. There's some truth to that, but to be honest with you, the people that don't have context, they are going to create bloatware. They're going to create an application that looks good from the exterior, but then when you look inside of the project and all the files that were created, it's just a lot of jumbled spaghetti code. And now you need an experienced engineer to vet through that code and give AI the best instructions on how to refactor it to a standard, and also setting that standard so that AI doesn't go off the rails. The illusion is that you could use AI to mask your skill set, but when it comes to actually solving a real world problem, you're going to have an issue. You can't debug, you can't figure things out on your own. If AI was to go down today, what are you going to do? You're going to be screwed, right? And time is money. So if you can't figure this out and you have a production app out there that's just riddled with bugs and people can't use it, you're losing out on time and money. Even though AI gives you the answer, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the correct answer, and you have to vet through that every single time. Like I've noticed that with working with all these different AI tools is that one tool might work better than the other, but at the end of the day, I have to use my best judgment as a software engineer with 12 years of experience to understand what is true and what is not true, all right? And make sure that it's within a coding standard that I agree upon. As a senior engineer, I've been using AI just to help me with all the BS boilerplate. Because before AI, I had to research a framework, figure out how to set things up, create configuration files, setting up the boilerplate, and then get into code. And that takes a lot of brain power to do. With AI, I could just prompt it, hey, here's a framework, set it up for me in this project, run some tests and let me know if there's any issues and reiterate and refactor any issues that you find. And it does it on the fly. And then I review the code. If everything looks good, I approve it. If not, then I have to reprompt and have it do more. I make sure that I have a plan of what it should be implementing. It automatically does it, and I just review the code and reprompt. AI in itself is a multiplier when it comes to, building projects and fixing bugs and making sure you're on the right track. Beginners get stuck because they're just copy and pasting code. They're vibe coding. They have AI accept every single line of code. This might work if you have your AI agent within guardrails of what your coding standard should be, and you have extreme confidence that AI will get it right all the time. I've noticed that it doesn't get it right 100% of the time. I would say about 80% it works, and then the other 20% is where you have to go and reprompt and go in a tug of war to make sure that AI gets it right. With that being said, beginners get stuck with a problem that they keep reprompting, and they're going through this AI hallucination to where they can't debug. They had to restart the session and keep going through all of these reprompts to get a basic answer. This is why the fundamentals are important. You don't have to spend so much time doing a tug of war with AI when if something fundamentally looks wrong, try to solve the problem yourself and then have AI correct itself with your own prompt of what you solved so that it now has context to not make that mistake again. And if you're able to do that, you're not only teaching AI what's important and actually what's right, you're also amplifying your learning skills by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to where you have to solve this thing on your own. A lot of you guys just want results right now. Like, it's not going to happen, especially in a real world application. You're going to be running into a lot of problems to where you have to vet through logs and understand where the errors are coming from. And if you're not able to do all that stuff, you get kind of at a loss, right? So that's why having the fundamentals will help you in that case. And that will build confidence within yourself to actually code. And the gap is growing. It's growing fast. The more they're improving on AI's capability and the models and the LLMs that are out there, the more context that you're going to have to then learn and grow and understand what's right and what's feasible. As a senior engineer like myself, I noticed a lot of gains just by using AI effectively and knowing the pain points of it so that I could work around it. And based off that, I was able to get things done a lot faster. Say if I had a project that was due in 2 weeks, it will take me about a week to do because AI has the context of the project. It has everything that it needs. It has the tools. I just need to prompt it in a way that it understands exactly what I need done and create a implementation plan on that. That's all it is today. The more prompting skills that you have, the ability to create skills for AI to learn your coding patterns, the more valuable you're going to be. So keep that in mind. Don't just push AI to the side just because you think it's going to take your job, or learning how to code is not even a big deal because AI could do it for you. Never put 100% reliance on something when things could go wrong, because anything could happen. It's not 100% proof. And I learned that by using no code tools in the past. Like when building websites, using something like WordPress to where you had a template and you just drag and dropped everything, still needed a developer to do all the backend stuff. So it didn't really matter. You have to understand that this is just the age of new tools coming out, and we're going to find issues to where it's good with autonomy. Like it works, it does what it needs to do. But at the same time, there's going to be issues like security vulnerabilities, bloatware, writing the wrong code, just fundamental stuff that you need to vet through with anything. How you should use AI as a beginner. Use it to explain concepts. Use it to explain why it chose to write the output that it thought would be the best for this particular use case that you prompted, and have it break down why this matters within the context of your project. The more it explains what it's doing, the more you could question it and reprompt to get a better answer, not just vibe coding. We can't do that anymore. Also have it to review your code. Have it review every piece of code that was already written to find gaps in between what is feasible and what's not feasible. What could be a potential or a critical to major issue, and what could be left alone as like tech debt if you want to take care of it. What is a huge refactor versus what is not a huge refactor. Just having AI accept all the code changes, you might change one part of your project, but then break another thing, right? So you have to review every line of code. Also, have it generate examples and run tests around any features that you're building. If you don't have the capacity to test your own changes, have AI write tests around those changes and vet through whether those tests are 100% feasible or not before you push your changes out into production. At least having that first layer of defense to where you have tests running, it should help you catch a lot of issues and you could reprompt accordingly to build. So my take is, at the end of the day, AI doesn't make you an engineer. It just doesn't. The fundamentals is what makes you an engineer. Your ability to question a lot of things make you an engineer. To be able to logically think outside the box makes you an engineer. To be able to debug without assistance from AI makes you an engineer, not vibe coding. You have to get into that cadence of prompting and learning on your own. Because if you can't do that, you can't go to school and spend all this money to then get rejected at different jobs. What's the point? Now you're in debt, right? So now with AI, it's easier for anybody to learn how to code if they were to put themselves in those positions to learn and grow and actually make mistakes, fail, reiterate, and keep learning from those mistakes and have AI give you context. All right. So that's it, guys. That's the video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you guys are using AI today. And if you need any help, like mentorship, or if you need just to talk about where you want to go in tech, there's a link in the description. We could do a 15-minute consultation. If you just want to have a one-on-one conversation every week, there will be another link in the description as well to sign up for that. And, we could talk about whatever you want to do. All right. Talk soon.